This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching.
The Jones Ultra Mind Expander.
Better than drugs, kids. Better than drugs.
Yeah.
So here are some afterthoughts at the desk in the form of a summary. I rode the 154 Ultra Mind Expander back when it first came out extensively. I rode it for multiple days in all kinds of groomer conditions, from everything from hard and bulletproof to pretty good soft carvy groomers, and even got a powder day on it as well. Then I thought, I kind of want to try the 158 and see if I like that better than the 154. Spoiler, like the 154 better, where actually with the regular Mind Expander, I like the 58 better. But it just shows how much more board the Ultra Mind Expander is than the Mind Expander. To compare this to a few boards in Jones's line, it takes the shape of the Mind Expander, but takes a camber profile similar to the flagship and a lot of their other boards, and applies it to that, then gives it a stiffer flex and just a meaner overall ride. And what that does is it makes it turny like the Mind Expander, but more fun to carve and bomb on groomers, but still doesn't have that straight-liney, powerful flagship kind of ride. If you like the idea of the flagship, but you just wanted something a little more turny, then the Ultra Mind Expander could work for you.
It's got just one small upgrade. They've added just an extra set of inserts per binding to give it a little more carve-friendly stance. And to talk about sizing, the 58 in powder for the Mind Expander feels like my ride. The 54 in this Ultra Mind Expander feels more like my ride.
The 58 felt perfect for me, personally.
Really? You
Yeah.
like the 58?
I like it better than the 54. Yeah.
Okay, good. Good
Yeah.
to know. So if you're Peter, size up.
Yeah.
If
I
you're
don't know why I
James,
generally
size down.
like bigger boards.
And the shape here, it's very tapered, very directional. I think it's like 20 mil of taper or something like that. It's up there as opposed to like 12 mil with the Ultra flagship there. That makes it feel pretty tapered, pretty washy if you try to drive off your front foot when you turn.
It feels really tapered.
If you didn't like that gunny, kind of powerful, straight-liney feel of the flagship and Ultra flagship, this could be your board then if you want it more turny. With this camber profile too, camber between the feet, going to some rocker and spoon after the camber, which makes it feel just like a hybrid camber board. Very consistent in all conditions. It definitely needs that back foot, you know, a little more weight on the back foot. It relieves rear leg burn in powder, but adds rear leg burn in groomers.
Totally. Yep.
And that's kind of the board that this is. But it can skid a turn really easy. You can get off your game without it punishing you as hard as you would think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's still breaking in. You can
Yeah.
hear
You hear the little creaks?
those little cracks.
And let's just show you against this guy. They're pretty similar in flex.
But I
So
think with their whole Ultra line, they're trying to go more poppy
Yeah.
and a little less damp.
But it didn't have that pop of the Ultra flagship.
No, well, because that's just a whole different ride entirely.
Yeah. It's barely doable with butters. Ollies, you could get some decent spring, but it didn't blow my mind.
No.
It didn't feel like the poppy playfulness of the Ultra flagship. Speed. This thing is way better at speed than the Mind Expander.
Yeah, I mean, if you're comparing it to the Mind Expander, for
Yeah.
sure. But I would still,
Not there with the Hovercraft and Ultracraft.
no. I mean, as far as like bombing hills and stuff in this, not so much. You know, I mean,
That
sure
nose.
the base glide is fantastic, but that nose starts clown shoeing on you. It starts feeling really bucky and really unstable once you start picking up a lot of speed and getting into any sort of like uneven terrain and like real like messed up chundery snow. You're gonna really feel the reverb back into you.
Yeah, we felt this last year especially.
Yeah.
And and in that hard kind of micro bumpy groomers, you know, where it's been maybe a month since it snowed. you can really feel this thing going like this.
Yep. You can really feel the chatter underneath your feet, really feel the reverb.
Edge hold. Yeah, there's a little less disruption than the flagship, but it's still got great grip. I mean, it's a nice disruption.
It's got like grip on the sides, but I think that the entire shape of the board just doesn't seem to lend itself to like great edge hold, personally. I felt the backwash out pretty easy.
Turn initiation, so quick.
Really fast.
Smooth, surfy. And then when you get the edge over, you can get into kind of more of a circly carve. I felt like I was turning tighter radiuses than I was with the flagship, the hovercraft. This one turns a little more, but it's got that rocker, so it's already turning you that way, where this has that camber.
This snow has to be pretty good for you to want to get into those, you know, circle carves with this thing.
Powder. Well, I would say I loved it, but this guy right here, I would take
that over
any day.
In powder.
And let's do something here. Layers to float, player. Look at that. Look at how this just nose goes up so much higher than of the regular, you know, when you're looking at flat, basically to a massive amount of rocker.
I can stick my whole hand in there.
That's how much higher. These are both 58s. And look how much higher this sits up in the snow and how much more it floats. This is just unsinkable. This is pretty much unsinkable.
Yeah. This board might not be right there. It's a more all-arounder. It can do more things than the Mind Expander can, but still this thing feels magical in powder.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, it's got a lot of float, and conversely, you can go out and ride groomers as opposed to this. This is just not as much fun on groomers as this.
Yeah.
So there you have it. That's the 2021 Ultra Mega Mind Expander.
All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight, and we're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite, then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the Me Harmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.